Hey, and welcome to Seek Ministries, and God bless you all. Hope you're all well, and I'd like to share with you a dream that I had a couple of days ago. Just when you think that your level of faith is good enough for God, He will test you, and you'll be surprised at the outcome. So at this dream, I was sat on a beach, and it was quite sort of dimly lit, and there was rows and rows of deck chairs, and I happened to be sat in one of them, and to the left of me I could see that not many people were in the deck chairs. Of about 100 deck chairs, probably about 5 to 6 people were sat in these chairs, and to the right of me I could see this shadow of a figure walking alongside, and I was like, alright, well anyway, I'm going to pray. We're all meant to be here praying for God. So I started praying for God, and this figure come up close, and I was like, oh, it's gonna start laying hands on me to pray. It's gonna pray for me. And I was like, wow, that's amazing, fantastic, how lovely. Anyway, as this figure comes behind me, it laid its hands on my back, and from the outside of my body I could see this figure leaning against my back with its hands on my shoulder blades. And as it leant its hands on my shoulder blades, my spirit folded down between my legs and went beyond my knees. Now physically I can't do that. I can bend down in a sitting position, I can probably get my head to about knee level, but I can't get it below my knees. And there was no pain with this because it was in the spirit. And as my spirit did this, my body immediately followed my spirit down, and it was like a feeling of being like ghost-like, if you sort of know what I mean. Like there was no pain or physical stretching feeling of anything. It was just a doing of something. And as I've bowed my head down, I then started to sink. And as I started to sink, I started to go down through the deck chair. Not that the deck chair broke, but in a tangible way I went through the matter of the deck chair. And as I was going down, I started to speed up, and as I started to speed up I realised I was going down to hell, and I was like, oh my Lord, what am I doing? Then I started to panic, and I was like, oh my God, Lord, I can't do this. Where are we going? Are we going down? Are we going to hell, Lord? And you can't take me there. I'm not ready. But then I was like, but by your will, God, by your will, if it's to be, then I will do it. If you're covering me, then I'll go down there. And by your will, God. And I was like panicking, and as I panicked I woke up. And later on, a couple of days later after that, I told my son about the dream, and he came back 2 days later and he says to me, Mum, I guess I beat you to hell before you. And I was like, why, what's gone on? And he said, well, have you not seen my text? I said, what text? He said, I sent you a text this afternoon and I read it, and it was saying that he had gone down to hell also, but when he looked up he could see the heavens and the clouds above. And what it was this 8-foot demon had took him and put him in a holding cage. And he said, Mum, I knew that I was in hell, and as I looked up I could see the heavens above. And then all of a sudden the cage started lowering, and as it started lowering I could smell smoke, and I could see flames and like a molten lava below me, and as I was descending I knew where I was going. I was going down to hell. And in my body, in my sleep, I knew that I was dreaming, so I started shouting at myself, and I was shouting to myself, wake up, wake up. And on the count of 3 I went 1, 2, 3, he said, and he woke up out of the dream. And then I looked at him and I said to him, well, you had a choice to come out of the dream and I had the choice to come out of the dream, so it's not like we've done anything wrong. Because if we had, and God was warning us that we were going to hell if we were bad and disobedient, then he would take us to hell. We wouldn't have a choice not to see it. He would make us see it, as in a lot of testimonies that I've seen. But in this case, the both of us were able to come out, which was in our choice. So this wasn't a thing where we were being disobedient or bad, which is my initial thinking in the first place. It was God testing our faith in him, that he is our Lord, our shield and our buckler, and that through him we can face anything. But we did not believe it in the moment, and my faith lacked, and I came out of the dream And I feel that I failed the test of faith in my God, who is my shield and my buckler, my strength in everything that I've been saying all this time. But for some reason, my spirit would not allow me to go to hell. And under God's grace, he took me out. It was a spirit of the fear of the Lord that took over me in that dream to say, God, if by your will and not mine, because he is righteous. He is the one who will decide if I go and see something or not. If he wants me to see something to testify to the world that hell is real, he will do it. But he knew I wasn't ready, and by his grace he didn't force me to go down there, and I don't really want to go down there. But the thing is, if we are going to fight spiritual warfare, we're going to be up against evil, then we need to face our enemies, and we can't be scared of that. And God is preparing us, he's strengthening us. And so I found Psalms 18, which is a really good psalm about our strength resides in our God, who lifts up our right arm. He is our shield and our buckler, and through him we can smite the enemy, no matter how big or small. We are Davids, we do fight our Goliaths, and we do win and we do prevail. So, in that case, we must believe that our God is our strength and give ourselves up to God and just let him do what he needs to do with us, and just believe and be faithful to him, that we're going to come out safe and untouched and unscathed, and nothing can come against us if God is for us. And that's just my message for today, my dear friends. God bless you, God keep you, and be safe always.